right, shalom, shalom, testing, testing. All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. With the Hebrew Israelites, GMS Louisiana Saints, the Lafayette Camp, coming back at you with another live lesson. But before we go any further, we're going to give infinite honors and praises to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem Harakakadash.
double honors to our teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last saints of time. Kwam Yashala, Mighty Shalom. And as the title of the lesson is, Quick History, Patricians and Plebeians. Quick History, Patricians and Plebeians. Lord willing, this message is edifying. We're just going to go into a couple of scriptures. All right, match that up with secular history. And Lord willing to be edifying for Yasharala. So first one we're going to start with is Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. You got it up.
This is Ecclesiastes in the Old Testament, chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun.
That's right. One more time, Baba Kushal.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun.
Right, there's no new thing under the sun. That comes with people, all right, places, captivity, which is America, all right, known in the scriptures as Babylon the Great, all right, spiritual Rome, spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt. All right, now ancient Rome, you had a classification called the Patricians and the Plebeians, which now will be brought back into the political parties of the Democrats and Republicans. So the brother read that said there's no new thing under the sun. So you see those same political parties coming back with new names, different names, but they have the same policies, they have the same makeup, they have the same background, but the Lord just brought them on the scene again, ultimately for his will. This is Isaiah 46 and 9. It says, remember the former things of old, for I am God and there is none else. I am God and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. So the Lord is doing all his pleasure. He's using Babylon the Great, which is spiritual Rome, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom, to fulfill his will, to fulfill his pleasure, which is to take this place down and make his name manifest and famous throughout the planet Earth. So the Lord already had it set up for Babylon to be taken down, then the Medo-Persians, then the Greek Empire, then the Roman Empire, and the Roman Empire to come back in the form of the United States of America, all right, Babylon the Great. So the Lord had all those things ultimately set up from the beginning of time. You want to say something like that?
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead, you got it.
This also in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 15, that which had been is now, and that which is to be had already been, and the Most High Yahweh requireth that which is past.
Oh, there you go. So you got it.
So that which was then, which in this case, all right, pursuant to this lesson, the Plebeian and Patrician party is now happening again now in the form of Republicans. Okay.
We good?
Yeah, so like, all right. Yeah, you know, the Plebeian and Patrician party of ancient Rome is now happening again now in the form of the Democratic and Republican party. That which is then is now. Because ultimately what? Because the Most High Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, required those parties to come back. All right, as he required ancient Rome to come back in the form of America. They're doing the EU.
Right. And the Edomites, just like in ancient Rome, spiritual Rome, the Edomites are ruling over this captivity. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. And that was ultimately a prediction for the prophets of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, Yasharallah, the hopeful elect, pulling this society down by the way of prophecy. All right. When you get a heel injury, you're out for a long period of time, and that could be a career-ending injury. So when Jacob was healing the heel of Esau, that signified that one day this prophecy, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the name of the Lord would take the Edomites, chiefly Amalek, out of power. All right, which it currently is. It says, verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So we're seeing a world that's currently ruled by Esau, Edom, and we're at the end of it. And we're also seeing the emergence of righteousness throughout the earth. The Lord is showing that his political party, his government is being pushed to the forefront, and the wicked is being taken out of the way. The scriptures say that the Lord will not acquit the wicked, and also says that with thine own eyes you shall see the reward of the wicked. So we're going to see that come through the end of these times, come through Babylon the Great, which is America. And I'm going to just get this quick, and then we can go into Revelation 13. This is Daniel 4 and 17, because we're at the end of this current captivity led by the Edomites, Esau, Edom. Daniel 4 and 17, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know. Who are the living? The hopeful elect. We live in these scriptures. All right. The Lord said he gave us this breath of life. Like the Lord said, he gave that breath of life unto Adam, and he became a living soul. So this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding gives us the ability to live. Even though we're in a society that's filled with, or that's in a dead-like state, this wisdom, this knowledge, understanding, this truth, matched with secular history, puts us back in our seat of power, all right, against these devils. Scriptures say, he that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy. So we're grieving the enemy with this history. You bring out this secular history, match it up with biblical prophecies, and these devils can't light a candle to it, man, because we got them down pat. The Lord has them down pat, all right? So it says, Daniel 4 and 17, again, this matters by the decree of the watchmen, of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. Is not this a kingdom of men? This society was, Jeremiah 28:8 says, the prophets that have been before me, before thee of old, have prophesied against great kingdoms of war, evils, and pestilence. So we're in that same scenario right now. We're prophesying against this great kingdom, so to be, right? America is known as a great kingdom in earth. But you have men of righteousness that are prophesying against it, bringing out these scriptures, bringing out this secular history, showing you who the wicked of the Bible is, along with who the righteous of the Bible is, edifying and filtering out these scriptures in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So it says, the latter end, it says, and giving it to whomsoever he will, and set it up over it the basis of men, which is Esau Edom. Esau Edom is a base man. He's a low man, all right? Okay? Isaiah 14 chapter says the oppressor has ceased, all right? Lucifer, son of the morning, how you brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit, roughly paraphrasing. Hell is likened unto the grave, or it's likened unto a lower state. So Esau, Edom, you may be ruling now. Yeah, you got your so-called Democratic Republican parties, man. And that's been ruling over us. That's been a stronghold in America for decades, man. Jake going to the voting poll. Oh, what do you classify as? Democratic, Republican, all right, left wing, right wing, but it's the same bird going to the same destination, which is the NWO, which is Revelation 13 and 16, to put this charagma inside of humanity, all right? That's this devil's plan. So you could be a Democratic or Republican, you could be left wing, you could be right wing. It's the same bird, the same eagle, man. Could you get it in Lamentations out where it says we are watched for a nation that cannot save us? All right, the persecutors are swift as the eagle fly. What's the symbol for this country? The eagle. The eagle is likened for his good sight, all right, good vision, good thinking skills, ability to swoop down on prey. Hasn't America done that throughout the earth? Scriptures say in Habakkuk he enlarges himself as hell, and with death he cannot be satisfied with, man. So this is the devil that we're dealing with and that we're up against, but this is our defense. These laws, statutes, and commandments. Exposing him through secular history, like the scriptures say in Revelation, the earth helped the woman, all right? The earth is this history. The woman is Israel, man. So this history is helping us expose the lies of this devil for our people so they could wake up to their nationality according to the Bible. Go ahead, Art, you can break down.
All right. It's Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. And our people are doing this to this day, watching for this country, Babylon the Great America, okay, which cannot save us. The whole purpose of this country wasn't for our well-being or our salvation. All right, the name America itself, it goes back to the Hebrew mar, which means bitter. This is meant to be a bitter experience for us as a nation, not to save us, okay. But yet, you still got, the 2/3 of our people still in their simplicity, wondering after this beast system, still going out and voting, okay. They was all for the, Biden and the Democrats just 4 years ago, and then now here we are 4 years later. Now that Jacob has seen that the Democrats are, not in their favor, now all of a sudden they want to switch to Republican. They want to, back Trump and vote Trump and this and the third. Like the brother said, it's all two wings of the same bird going to the same agenda, which is the NWO. That's going to lead to a lot of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans taking that corruption and fully being linked with this beast system.
Right. This is Proverbs 11:21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So you can classify yourself as a Democrat, Republican. Go ahead and do Esau's biddings in this society, man. Go to his polls and vote. All right. The electoral college determines who the next president is, quote unquote, man. All right. The Senate House, which Esau has built up. So believe in the illusion all you want, but these scriptures give no illusion. This is the truth, man. All right. You can do nothing against the truth, but only for it. Even if you join hand in hand, well, let's come together with this political party for the people. Or let's come together with this political party for the rich. Though you join hand in hand, the wicked shall not be punished. Does this mean that Esau Edom will not have his fate in the planet Earth? No, man. So be concerned about the Lord's will. So let's go into Revelation 13. You have one on?
I'm in Revelation 13.
All right, go ahead. You can start us at 11. You can start at 11.
All right. It's Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast.
Can you start at 10, Babu? Start at 9, Babu Kushah?
All right. Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right, the Lord is fair. The Lord said, Esau, Edom, you led my people into captivity the same way you're going to be led into captivity. That's for Esau, man, all the way. All right? Go ahead, bro.
It says, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Right, the scriptures tell you that blood defileth the land, and the land can only be cleansed by the blood of him that shed it. So there is a spot for the wicked on the planet Earth. Esau, Edom, you taking that spot. But there is a spot for the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we be at that number, man. But we know who the wicked is. There's no other nation of people on the planet Earth that has this power in the earth. Political power, military power, religious power, government power, educational power. All right? All these things are controlled by Esau Edom. Job 9:24. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Revelation 6:4 says, unto him was given a great sword, a red horse. That red is likened unto Esau Edom, Adawam. All right? So, therefore, there's a storyline for the wicked. There must be a storyline for the righteous, man. So let's get into the storyline how Esau Edom has controlled the earth, not only through the ancient Roman Empire, refurbished Roman Empire, but coming back after the Renaissance period, all right, for this little season here in Babylon the Great, which is America. Go ahead,
All right. And then it says, here's the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's right.
Continue.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. Verse 11, Revelation 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth.
Right, and that beast that it's talking about is Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America. America and its European allies. It tells you in Daniel the 7th chapter that America was more stout than its fellows. All right? It tells you in Revelation that there's a whore that sits upon many waters. That whore is likened unto America. All right? The EU and the NATO, 7 heads and 10 horns. But the EU and the NATO it is so broken down to where now you have nations in the earth, uh, the BRICS nations, they're branching off from the EU and the NATO, and they're creating their own currency, their own policies. They have their own militaries, their own nuclear power. All right, and what they're going to do is they're going to shoot off missiles here, over here in America, in the Third World War, man. This is what these events are leading up to. But the history is pivotal to know that America came out of ancient Rome. All right, refurbished Rome. We're going to prove that. Go ahead, Op.
It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon."
That's right. Two horns like a lamb. Read it one more time from the top up, Baba Kusha.
Right. Revelation 13, verse 11, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb."
Right. And those two horns like a lamb are speaking of the Democrats and the Republicans. Two horns that speak as a lamb, because these political parties, they come under the disguise of liberty, democracy, for the people, by the people. Left wing, right wing, Democrats versus Republicans, but they're all on the same team. Okay? These are classifications that the society breaks it down to, but it's the same classifications that ancient Rome had. It says, I got the definition of what do Democrats believe in? It says, the party favors a mixed economy and generally supports a progressive tax system, higher minimum wages, social security, universal health care, public education, and subsidized housing. Basically, they make a pitch for the underprivileged in the society, the working class, all right? And they're likened unto the plebeians of ancient Rome, all right, which we're going to get into. Now let's get the Republicans' definition, all right? Because the Republicans are likened unto the ancient Patricians. It says the Republican parties have an ideology of conservatism. Republicans strongly believe that free markets and individual achievement are the primary factors behind economic prosperity. It says individual achievements are the primary factors behind economic prosperity. And this is similar to what the ancient patricians believed in, all right? Individual achievement. All right, and we're going to go into it. Could you read it one more time, Abu Shah?
All right. Revelation 13, verse 11, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb,"
which are the Democrats and the Republicans. Go ahead.
"and he spake as a dragon."
Coming in the form of what? Coming in the form of this refurbished ancient Roman Empire, man, which is likened unto Babylon the Great today. Okay? That dragon. Okay? America. Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 12.
Verse 12? You have verse 12? Well, let me read this first. This is from studentsofhistory.com. It says, studentsofhistory.com. Comparing patricians and plebeians. It says, ancient Rome and its history shows that Rome had three different political periods. And we're going to go briefly into Rome's three different political periods, all right? Because first you're going to have, let me get it real quick. It says the first period was known as the regal period, from 753 to 709 BC. It says, and BCE means before Common Era. It says, which began with the founding of the city of Rome and lasted until the last king was overthrown in 509 BC. And that's when I think you had a guy by the name, I believe, Romulus. He came into power. All right? You want to speak on that? You got it.
And notice it said when Rome was founded. You know, anytime Esau talks about a city or a particular region being founded, you already know, exactly what he did to so-called found that land. Just like he always talks about, the so-called, white man founded America. We already know how he so-called founded it, right? Through great robbery, murder, slavery, genocide.
That's right. Yeah, that's right, bro.
Because as our apostles and elders always speak of, the original inhabitants of Europe and Rome and Greece and those regions were inhabited by Japhites, the Japhetic nations.
Right. Which were the original Greeks. So it says, I got a little AI overview. It says AI overview. This is going into those three periods that it's talking about. Bear with me. It says AI overview. All right. Bear with me. It's acting up. I just keep continuing reading on. All right. It says back in that article. It says comparing patricians and plebeians. It says the first. See, it says It says during these periods, society was divided into two classes known as the patricians and plebeians. It says during these three periods, society was divided up into three classes. Bear with me. My iPad is acting up. It's ridiculous, bro. All right. Get a little closer, bro. So it says, I'm gonna keep reading, Akim. It says, during these periods, Rome was divided into two classes known as patricians and plebeians. Patricians monopolized all the power in Rome, and plebeians were becoming more and more upset. It says between 500 and 287 BC, Rome, it's doing it again. Let me airdrop it to you, bro. We'll try to airdrop it. This just being ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, if I could speak
Yeah,
on
go
what
ahead.
you just read real quick, because like it wanted to the plebeians at that time, they were basically getting upset because the patricians were kind of like becoming like dictators, you know, as it said, monopolizing all the power and authority in ancient Rome. Okay, trying to give all the power in ancient Rome to a small to a small group of men rather than just allowing people to have power, because that's ultimately what the word democrat goes into anyway. Democratia, demo people, cratia or cratia power, power to the people, and that's how the Democrats come off in this day. They're all about the people, all about the poor. The people should have the right to choose their leaders, and this, that, and the third. Okay, but ultimately it's all a snare, just like the whole Republican Party is all a snare.
Right. Could you get Isaiah 9 and 6 out while I try to look for this, get this article to go up? Because the true government is coming. The word government goes into mind control. So you have all these governments that had their time to rule, these kingdoms that had their time to rule on the planet Earth. But the ultimate government of Yasharallah is coming in. It's going to be ushered in by Yahushua. Go ahead, Art.
All right. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. But unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given. The government shall be upon his shoulder.
Right. Go ahead.
And his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Right. Malak Tazadat. And that's going into Yahushua, man. All right. Psalm 75 says promotion neither come from the east nor the west, but the Lord is the judge. He pull it down one and set it up another, and that could go with people, places, things. So the Lord could set up a kingdom just like America and then take it down, man. All right. He'll set up a kingdom just like ancient Rome, the ancient Greeks, the ancient Medo-Persians, the ancient Babylonians, just to take them down. All right. That was what the statue of Nebuchadnezzar was. When it goes into Daniel's the second chapter, all right, all the way down into that miry clay, it breaks down histories of nations coming into power, coming out of power, coming into power, coming out of power, all the way up until this point, man. So the Lord says he ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he set it up over it whomsoever he will. And we've been seeing that over the course of history. The Lord has set up a ruler. He'll have him ruling over through the earth, just like he set up Alexander the Greek, the freak, man. it said what? He was swift as a leopard when he touched the ground, meaning he was conquering so many areas. But then guess what happened? The Lord gave him an incurable ailment and took him down. So the Lord will put a kingdom in power like America, have all these different strongholds, a military stronghold, political stronghold, religious stronghold, build up this great city just to take it down. And that's beautiful because it shows you that Esau Edom's will at the end of the day is not going to stand, man. It's going to be the Lord's will is going to be performed in the earth. So this back in that article, studentsofhistory.com, it says, Patricians monopolized all the power in Rome, and plebeians were coming more and more upset. Between 500 and 287 BC, Rome experienced struggle between the classes and what is known as the conflict of orders. All right, now can you get Baba Kashad, First Maccabees 8 out? And you could start at, let me see, and I'm gonna get this because my iPad's up working, so I'm gonna get this AI overview. Then you could start at First Maccabees 8, and you could start at around 14. Right. So this the AI overview first. It says AI overview. It says, let me get it real quick. It says Rome changed to a Senate. Rome changed to a Senate. And could you get the word Senate? I just want to see what it means. I went into it in a minute. It says Rome changed into a Senate in 509 BC when the Romans overthrew their king and established the Roman Republic. And that's what First Maccabees 18 is going to go into, because it says they no longer wore Shalom, Yabashim Yashabrakatam, GMS Zakaria, the Israelite foreigner. Just thought I'd hop in for a bit before I make and post my video tonight. Shalom to the Akim on the comment board. Shalom, the water for tuning in. Shalom, shalom. So it says the Roman Republic. It says, it's acting up. It says the Roman Republic, the Senate was made up of the patriarchs. The Senate was made up of the patriarchs of the most powerful families. It says the Senate became the sole governing body of the Roman Republic, which lasted from 509 BCE to 27 BCE. So before the Roman Republic, you had a Roman monarchy. All right? Could you get monarchy too? And I want to get Senate. And then you could bring them both out.
Which one you want first?
You could bring out monarchy first.
All right, so this is the definition of the word monarchy from Google. It says a form of government with a monarch at the head. Mm-hmm. And then when you go to the synonyms, it says kingship, sovereignty, royalism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, any more?
It just pretty much goes into like the rule of one.
All right.
But yeah, so basically a monarchy.
The rule of one, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it went from a monarchy to a Senate. That's why it's going to read in First Maccabees 8 and 14. Go ahead, Art.
All right. All right. First Maccabees chapter 8 verse 14. Yet for all this, none of them wore a crown or was clothed in purple to be magnified thereby. Right,
meaning it wasn't a monarchy. All right, it was going into a Senate house, which then that Senate house that Rome had is a representation of America's now Senate house. What other nation on the planet Earth deals with a Senate today? America does. So ancient Rome was America, so like is patterned after ancient Rome, the Roman monarchy, the Roman Senate house, Roman Republic. Go ahead, bro.
Right, and it says, verse 15, moreover, how they had made for themselves a Senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, mm-hmm. consulting a way for the people, to the end they might be well ordered.
It said one more time. Could you read it again?
First Maccabees 8, verse 15. Moreover, how they had made for themselves a Senate house.
A Senate house, right? Go ahead.
Wherein 320 men sat in council daily.
300. It says 320. Mm-hmm. So I just looked it up. It says the U.S. Senate has 100 members, 2 from each state, who are elected to serve for a term of 6 years. It says the United States Senate is the upper chamber of the U.S. Congress. The Senate and the United States House of Representatives, and it has a little bit more. It says how many Democrats are in the Senate, but it says 2 from every state. So America patterns itself after what the brothers reading, man. And First Maccabees, the 8th chapter. This is all going into Revelation, the 13th chapter. Those 2 horns that spake as a lamb, they're coming back in the form of the Patricians and the Plebeians. When you go into Patricians, it goes into a patriarch, our fathers. Okay, I believe that's what the word patriarch means, basically fathers, man. Okay, and that's what the Patricians sought out to do. They wanted to keep it in a small, tight circle of rulership amongst the people. They were the ruling class, ancient Rome, and the plebeians were the working class. Go ahead, bro.
All right. It says, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting a way for the people, to the end they might be well ordered.
That's right. And that's the same thing that's going on here in America. You have the Senate House, the House of Representatives. They consult together to come on that under that one umbrella of things, but they pose it as what? Could you get that word, Senate? They pose it as what? Democrats, Republicans. Oh, this vote it was 3-1 vote. It was a 7-2 vote, 7 this, 2 that. But it's all a disguise to push their agenda forward. All right, all these things are put in place to control the society that we know of, man. Go ahead,
All right, so this the definition of the word Senate from Google. All right, it's got 2 definitions. This is definition number 1. It says the smaller upper assembly of the U.S. Congress, most U.S. states, France, and other countries. You know, France is a part of this beast system.
Right.
You know? And then this is definition number 2. It says the state council of the ancient Roman Republic and Empire, which shared legislative power with the popular assemblies, administration with the magistrates, which that word magistrates goes into judges.
Right.
I heard Apostle Harb speak on that in one of his recent videos. How like the judges in the court system today, they're not really judges; they're really magistrates.
Right.
You know.
I believe it tells you. I want to say Zephaniah. It says the judges are evening wolves. They gnaw at the bone. Could you get that one real quick? That's going into this society, man. The rulers of this society are set up for you Israelites to fail. They're set up. Like the word legislation, right? The word legislation means to lie in wait. So you got these different laws that are put out. Could you get Isaiah 10:1 first up? And then you can get that one, Salakia. These different laws are put out in a fine print. Is to entrap you so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes. In the fine print, you Jakes are the subject of this legislation, just like it's going to be with the Charagma. When the Charagma is pushed into the society, who is it going to be aimed at? Who is the most of the individuals of the nations of people that are going to be taking this? The Lord said 2/3 are going to be cut off for lack of knowledge, man. But the Lord's people are likened unto the sand of the sea. So you got a lot of Israelites that are going to be out here blaspheming the Lord by taking that Charagma, man. By falling subject to this legislation that Esau is putting into play, man. Go ahead, Art.
Right. It's Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees.
Woe means destruction. So the Lord is going to destroy all of these false leaders that are set up in the society. All these judges, all these different rulers that are set up to keep you Israelites in subjection, in slavery, in hardcore bondage. The Lord is taking that away on the earth right now. The half of these leaders that are in these different sectors and things like that, they on pins and needles. They don't know what to do themselves, man. Because guess what? The reality of it is the Lord set you up, man. You've been raised up your whole entire life, just like these other rulers. Didn't the Lord raise up Alexander the Greek? There were prophecies that came up on the scene before Alexander the Greek was born, while he was in his childhood, saying that he would be that ruler, that biblical ruler that would take down these nations of people and have the whole earth in fear. Didn't it happen? So what's the difference from these different political leaders on the planet Earth pertaining to Proverbs 21:1? The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. What's the difference between a political leader being taken down on the earth? or harsh ruler, president, um, mayor, judge, whatever it be, being put into power and being taken down, because you got to look at the climate in um these different strongholds. You got religious strongholds, educational, um, government strongholds. The whole temperature in the room is, well, we don't have the ability to lead. We don't know what we're doing in all actuality. But it's the Lord doing that, man, to push the prophets out, to push the men of the Lord out as the true judges of the earth under Yahushua. You got it, bro.
It says, Isaiah 10, verse 1 again, woe unto them that decree.
You can break it
unrighteous.
down, man.
Okay. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. And that's what Esau's magistrates are all about. From his presidents down to his, the governors, the senators, all the way down to the judges and so on and so forth. Okay. They bring forth unrighteous decrees, they prescribe it, all to ultimately what? Undermine the people, take away their rights, take away their constitutional rights, okay, and to allow them to have more power over people in their everyday lives, okay. You best believe they're going to continue, writing more and more unrighteous decrees as Esau goes forward with his NWO system, all right, and implement that corrupt.
That's right. You got the one, I think it's Zephaniah.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
Second.
And that's the society, man. See, we just wanted to go into just a little quick history on the Plebeians and Patricians, but those Democrats and Republicans, their judicial system, which you have you have the executive branch, you got the legislative branch, and you got the judicial branch. I think that's the three. But they're all coming in the fashion of ancient Rome, plebeians and the patricians. The patricians being that upper ruling class, the plebeians being likened onto the Democratic Party at this time. Those two horns that spake as a lamb likened on to being the Democrats and the Republicans, man. That's who this man has controlled the entire earth through. Think about it. Over time, these past couple of decades, how has these rulers been voted in? Whether it be on a large scale presidents or your local state representative senators, how are they voted in? Under the classification of the Democrats and the Republicans. And they even say, okay, well, you are unclassified, right? What are you going to run in this race as? If somebody runs as a race here in America, you run Democrat, Republican, or you have like an unclassified or something like that that you'll be running for. But the main ones are Democrats and Republicans that are accepted into this society. There hasn't been a ruler or a president, a major president that's been put into power that's not ran under, that hasn't been classified under those two branches, man. Under those two horns that speak as a lamb, the Democrats and Republicans. Has there been a president? You correct me if I'm wrong. Has there been a president that has come under presidency here in America without being a Democratic or Republican? I doubt that, man. So that's what this society uses as strongholds, but under the disguise of ancient Rome. All right, this place is likened onto spiritual Rome. Look at the eagle. Look at the Senate House. Look at the Democrats and the Republicans. Who can name more? Look at the rulership. How it's being controlled, man. Look at how they came into power. You had what? America came out of the Great Britain, the 13 colonies. All of this was set up by the Lord up until this point to where now America from around 1969, where the scriptures say 350 years, 3.5 days, around 1619 to 1969, you had America ruling, but around the time of 1969, they've been on the decline, man. And that's because the truth has been flourishing. All right. Could you get that one too? It says the truth shall flourish. All right. Infidelity shall be cut off, repaired, and they shall no more be able to save him and oppress him that got in the victory, man. The brother put GMS Zachariah, the Israelite foreigner. America equals Rome/Babylon. That's it, brother. That's it, bro. Spiritual Rome, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom, like the book of Revelations tells you. It's not only spiritual Egypt and spiritual Sodom, it's spiritual Rome as well. Rome all over again. And we go into it time after time to where you have different articles, the apostles, the elders go into, you have different articles that show you striking parallels between ancient Rome, how it fell, and America, how it's going to fall. Brother said America is all the wicked nations in one. That's right, brother. Revelation, the 18th chapter, said her sins have reached onto the heavens, but guess what? The Most High have remembered your sins. Guess what? You nations can forget. Esau, you can act like you forgot, but the Lord knows through his holy prophets that this is spiritual Rome, like the brother put, that America is Rome/Babylon. The word Babylon meaning confusion, Babal, okay? And that's right, bro. America is it's the wickedest of all nations, and it's only right that the Lord has this kingdom being ruled over by Esau Edom, because where there's a landmass that's wicked, you have a nation of people that's attached to that land as the wicked. So this land is going to be judged, but guess what? There's a nation of people. This land ain't just get wicked by itself, right? It didn't get polluted by itself, all right? It got polluted by the wicked, man. Esau Edom. And that's who's going to go into slavery, hardcore slavery, man. Hardcore bondage rulership. And you heathen nations will as well, man. But Esau Edom, after that 1,000-year period, you're going to be put out of the earth, man. That fugitive will finally be brought to justice, man. Okay? Go ahead,
It's, 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 27. It says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. Verse 28. As for faith.
You can break it down.
All right.
And that's what's happening. If I could just say, that's what's happening on the earth. Evil is being put out. And what else is said, Art?
And deceit shall be quenched.
Ooh, deceit shall be quenched. All right. And how is that deceit being quenched? Revelation, the 14th chapter says, those that were not defiled with women. So the deceit on the earth, the lies, the dogmas, the false ideologies, they're being quenched by this word, this truth, man. The men of the Lord, specifically through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, pushing out this doctrine, pushing out the spirit of the Lord on this planet. The brother said, the video I'm about to make is about false teachers. I'm specifically going to bring up ISUBK, and if you look at their leadership, behaves like Rome, masquerading as Israel. That's right, brother. Many false teachers. The book of Isaiah says, the leaders of the people have caused them to err and go out of the way of understanding, man. The men of the Lord are on the scene to push out this information, and Lord willing to be edifying, man. That was simply me and the brother's lesson, a quick history on the Plebeians and Patricians. Go ahead, bro. You got some more?
It says, 2nd Ezra 6, verse 27, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. Verse 28, as for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which had been so long without fruit, shall be declared. You know, and you know, when you go into this whole chapter, which we read verse 9 earlier in this chapter, okay, you know, corruption being overcome, the elect, you know, overcoming this beast system through the truth, deceit being quenched. All these things will be taking place at the end of Esau's rulership. You know, all of his lies and his false education and his false history, all right, all being exposed and swallowed up by this truth. Okay, all of this deception is being quenched by these rivers of living water. This truth, this gospel of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And so, you know, with this truth, hey, we're overcoming all of Esau's corruption. You know, Lord willing, all the way up to the end.
That's right. They got any more?
That was it.
Yeah, man. So, Lord willing, we had a couple technical difficulties. Lord willing, this message was edifying. All right. This is a quick history on the Patricians being likened onto the modern day Republicans. All right. And you got the plebeians that are likened onto the Democrats today. All right. Those two horns that spake as a lamb are the Democrats and the Republicans being refurbished in the under the umbrella of ancient Roman Empire. All right, so Lord willing, this message was edifying for those that were watching. Shalom to the Akim on the comment board. Giving infinite honors and praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Harakakadash, double honor star teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners. Till next time, Kwam Yashala, mighty Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Not the Shabbat, bro. Oh, yeah, it's the Shabbat. Yeah, the Shabbat just came in on this evening, Akim. So, Shabbat Shalom. From this sundown to next sundown is the Shabbat Shalom.